Okay, I'm with Seminarian Kevin Law at the Worcester Diocese from the Worcester Diocese. We're at the Catholic Men's Conference 2019 at Assumption College. Now, Kevin, what year of seminary are you in?
I am a college-level seminarian. I currently attend Worcester State University as a sophomore, and I hope to finish my degree in a couple of years.
And what's that degree in?
That degree is in liberal studies. I originally went to Quinsigamond Community College. My major was computer science. And
that was my degree years ago.
It's a good degree, yeah. Once I started to realize, God was calling me to something greater, I decided to go for it and transfer to Worcester State and go for something more philosophy related.
Now, you said you're in your college, but also in the seminary. How exactly does that work?
Well, I live at the Holy Name of Jesus House of Studies. It's run by the vocations director, Father Jim Mazzoni, and it's a minor seminary of sorts. We have hourly prayer, morning, evening, and night, and I help out a lot with services throughout the diocese. It's a great program, and it helps give me a taste of what the priesthood is and what I should be looking forward to for the future.
Now, how many years will it be, assuming that you stick with it, how many years will it be from this point now to the point where you're ordained?
There should be 2 more years in my college studies, and then there should be either 4 or 6, depending on if I have to take pre-theology at seminary. So at least 6 years.
So 6 years, maybe even 8. I mean, it's a lot of time. And may I ask how old you are?
I am 19 years old.
You are 19 years old, and you've decided to go on. Now, I got to ask you.
Of course.
Today, a 19-year-old kid, you've got your iPhone, you've got the laptop, you've got the online game, you've got so many things in the world and the general culture to pull you away from the path you've chosen. How did you manage to discern that path and resist the culture that's saying no, no, no?
It takes a stance of silence. I took time for myself and tried to remove myself from all those evil, I'd say, distractions, and just took time and listened to what God wanted for me. And I think that really helped push me forward in my discernment. But it really is, it's a culture of distraction. It's a culture that cares little for morality. It cares little for God or anything of the sort.
It's a kingdom of noise.
It is. It really is. And it's sad, but with God's grace, hopefully, things can get better.
Now, obviously, again, you're 19. You have classmates at the college. Do they know that you're heading for the priesthood, or do they just see you as another person there?
I've kept it quiet, just because, I mean, if no one really asks, I'm not going to run around telling people about it. But, there are a few times in class where I was asked, what do you want to do with your life? And I said, well, I'm a Catholic seminarian. I'm hoping to become a priest. And people are surprised. I mean, they don't see that too often. And it's interesting, but it gives me the opportunity to tell them, about God and tell them about, what the priesthood is and the joy that comes with it.
And that's actually something I'd like to expand on.
Absolutely.
You talk about the surprise, and how many of such people that when you run into, when you get challenged like that, just have not heard the message at all because the message of God and the message of service that a seminarian, that a priest who lives, has been totally drowned out by the kingdom of noise, so to say. That the concept just they can't grasp it.
Well, I've found that a lot of people have misunderstanding about what the church is, what the priesthood is, what everything that we believe in is. They don't really understand what it is we do, why we do it, and especially with the priesthood. I mean, they don't understand the sacrifices that are involved. They don't understand, why I do this and that kind of thing. And it's unfortunate, but the people that I've spoken with have an open mind, and they're willing to listen and willing to open their hearts to what I have opened my heart to.
Finally, as a person, at the beginning of the path to the priesthood, what is the thing that surprised you the most? Or have things been what you've expected, or have you been hit by surprises in terms of what you've seen, what it's meant to take this path?
Well, I will say that everything has taken a very literal perspective for me. I've heard, the hours that priests work every week, the things they do for the people of God, hearing confessions, baptizing, performing weddings, and you hear about it, and you think, oh yeah, I can do that, and you witness it, and you see the amount of work that these priests put into it, and it really helps me understand why there's so many years put into developing good priests. There are the 4 pillars of formation: the spiritual, intellectual, pastoral, and I forget the third one. But they're the 4 pillars of the priesthood, and a good priest must be built firmly on all 4. And I think that seeing those priests and the work that they put in really helps explain it.
I was going to stop there until you mentioned the intellectual, and this is another thing I wanted to ask you about. Of course. You talk about the pillars of the priesthood, and one of them being the intellectual. Do people, when you talk about this, or when it's come up in conversation, are they surprised at the idea that being a priest is an intellectual exercise as well?
I don't think they know that going in. I tend to explain that to them, that a priest is a shepherd, but he's a teacher, and he educates the people of God on issues in the modern day and age. I can guarantee you the Bible isn't going to tell you about technology or anything of the sort like that. So you're going to need priests, you're going to need bishops, you're going to need the church to help sort out the issues of today. And I don't think people really see that going in, that it's an intellectual, or people unfamiliar with the church see it as an intellectual exercise, but truly it is. It really is.
Well, Kevin, thank you so much for your time.
Thank
and
you.
Great to see you here, and may your path be as strong and as smooth as God will allow.
Hopefully. Thank you.
Thank you.